Locked. Still locked. Yeah, nope. Yep, he locked it. Oh, I'm here, Rocket!
Oh, thank Flark.
Peter? Rocket? Why is my door locked from the outside?
Yeah, Drax may have kind of joined the church.
Seriously?
I know, it's super messed up, Drax. Drax is kind of messed up. He also may have landed us on Sacrosag to find the Matriarch. But don't worry, I may have an idea. The llama thing's been chewing through my wall.
Cammy did?
It has a name?
Point is, maybe it's a way to get out. If I can just squeeze through and get to the cockpit.
You can release the locks.
Bingo! Okay, I'm out.
Any sign of Drax?
Not yet.
You know what? I'm actually glad this happened.
Why?
Why? Because I, Flarkin, told you guys that thing would chew everything. But did you listen? Oh, no. Can't listen to Rocket. He just fixes everything.
So wait. Are you happy Cammy chewed a hole through the wall or not?
No. But also maybe. If it means...
Done. Meet me in the rec room.
What are Flarkin waiting for? We gotta ditch this mudball before Grieving Crazy shows up with his new pal, the Kratakan Matriarch.
Rocket, stop. We can't just abandon Drax.
Is he even still Drax? I mean, he's been converted.
I know. It's just we need to find him and pull him back from the dark side.
You're talking about kidnapping Drax the Destroyer.
Emphasis on destroyer.
And we've come too far, seen too much awful stuff to abandon one of our friends. Drax is still our friend.
That ain't our friend no more.
Don't make me pull rank on this, man.
Are you pointing your frickin' guns at me?
No, not yet. I just need you to understand how serious this is. We're not leaving.
Well, Flark, Quill. It's about Kratakan time you showed some Nords. Fine. I'm in.
Any other objections?
Nope. I'm good.
Good. Then let's go find our friend.
Oh, and how do you suppose we convince Drax?
Okay, here we go.
Not this place.
You know where we are?
In a Flarkin lagoon? How many times I gotta tell you people, I don't like water.
Hey, I didn't land here, okay? Drax did.
This stuff is gross. Kidding me. Wet fur's the worst.
Rocket! You alright?
That's it. I hate water. I hate being wet, and I hate not getting tagged.
We're not here here to get paid. We're here to save Drax.
Guys, this is Lamentis, home of the priests of Pama.
More religious nut jobs. Great.
They aren't nuts. They're pacifist exiles.
Pacifists. That's even worse. You saw them on Nowhere?
Exiles from where?
Hala. They escaped Kree persecution revolutions ago. Now they offer sanctuary and protection to those in need.
Tell me we ain't crossing above an ocean.
Only part of an ocean.
Uh,
Don't fall, you won't get wet.
yeah? Well, how do you know Drax didn't fall?
Is there anything we need to know here, Gamora, about what we're getting into?
Lamentis is a refuge. There are no weapons, no conflicts. The priests, they live in the now. They never accept the promise.
We've seen firsthand what happened. Found Drax.
Where is she? Where's the matriarch?
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Put him down!
Drax! Buddy, just calm down!
No, she called me here. Men are lost.
Get a little help here!
Hi, guys.
Mantis?
How did you...
What? Oh, that. Lysa once taught me the art of striking one spot and many times. Or is it Omfad who teaches me later? Don't worry, Green Meanie's fine. Fine-ish.
What are we doing here, Mantis?
I told him to come. On Nowhere. I saw time inside his mind. The lies that bind. I mean, what's a girl to do? Whisper a course correct, obviously. Shh. It's okay. Stay with me. Quiet in the dark.
Another one of your girlfriends, Quill?
Oh, no. Not in this time. Come on. The creepy cave's this way.
The what now?
The creepy cave, where the darkest of our future paths will meet. Dark as in unknown, not as in bad. I mean, it might be bad. But no way can it be worse than the futures I did see, because those were definitely bad. Very bad. You don't want to know how bad.
Can someone please translate her?
The point is, or was, or... Which parts of the point have I made already?
The creepy cave.
Yes, that's right. Big, strong heart carries so much sorrow inside. In all futures, he's the one who turns. And in some, we save him. Here! And here we are, where the Kotati take root.
So, just to be clear, there's a timeline where me and you...
Peter, focus.
Right. What's a Kotati?
Plant people, like Groot, but, lame.
The Kotati are a highly evolved, highly sacred race of pacifist beings who grace us with their meditative powers. They also guard the secrets of the ancient cave.
Can they temporarily unguard it?
Oh no, they take this duty quite seriously. Our only hope of entering is to appeal to their infinite wisdom. And we're
What are we looking for in here?
She doesn't know.
Something that's gonna help Drax.
We're all just taking the word of the space case.
She's not a space.
Spooky!
Spooky is right.
More like deadly. Are we sure about this?
Nope.
Maybe Drax just needs to sleep it off. I mean, he seems fine.
Watch out!
Double flark!
Allison sensed that one in time.
Everyone just remember we're here for Drax. Though, it would be easier if we had some idea of what we're looking for. This place is really unstable.
Lousy cave's gonna kill us all.
Oh no, not all of us. Not this time.
More water? What's wrong with this lousy planet?
Doesn't seem that bad. Come on, Rocket. A little water's not gonna hurt you.
Death by drowning is actually quite common throughout Little Fuzzy's alternate future. I have heard so many of his panicked final gasps.
Okay, let's not tell Little Fuzzy that.
Nice!
Whatever you found in there, Quill, pretty sure it ain't worth getting drenched for.
I'm sure it'll get drier from here on out.
Oh, you were so wrong, Stir Fry. Hi-ya! Giddy up!
Crap! That was kinda close.
That one sometimes gets Gamora.
I doubt it. You're sure we're headed the right way, Mantis?
I think so.
Okay, well, it's too wide to jump here. We'll need to look around, find another way.
Mantis, any chance Drax can...
Green Meanie cannot be burdened. It takes all my mental fortitude to keep him enmeshed in lies. One misstep, and I lose him. And then he kills us.
Let's take a look through here. Maybe there's another way to cross. All right, Gamora, let's get up here.
Why don't I just blast some of these rocks?
Oh, no! I don't trust him not to kill us. What's your reason?
I have seen so many futures where Little Fuzzy dies in this cave.
Rocket. Feeling lucky?
I got this. Rocket, just stay to the side and try not to die. Problem solved.
Still ignoring the bigger problem of not knowing what we're looking for.
Don't focus on what. Focus on how much he means to you.
All the times Drax has done something for us.
Name one time.
Remember when he saved our butt? Spooky is right.
More like deadly. Are we sure about this?
Nope.
Maybe Drax just needs to sleep it off. I mean, he seems fine.
Double flark!
Allison sensed that one in time.
Everyone just remember we're here for Drax. Though, it would be easier if we had some idea of what we're looking for. This place is really unstable.
Lousy cave's gonna kill us all.
Oh no, not all of us. Not this time.
More water? What's wrong with this lousy planet?
Doesn't seem that bad. Come on, Rocket. A little water's not gonna hurt you.
Death by drowning is actually quite common throughout Little Fuzzy's alternate future.
I'm sure it'll get dry.
Hi-ya! Giddy up!
Crap! That was kinda close.
That one sometimes gets Gamora.
You're sure we're headed the right way, Mantis?
Let's take a look through here. Maybe there's another way to cross. All right, Gamora, let's get up here.
Why don't I just blast some of these rocks?
Oh, no! I don't trust him not to kill us. What's your reason?
I have seen so many futures where Little Fuzzy dies in this cave.
Rocket. Feeling lucky?
I got this. Problem solved.
Still ignoring the bigger problem of not knowing what we're looking for.
Don't focus on what. Focus on how much he means to you.
All the times Drax has done something for us.
Name one time.
Remember when he saved our butts in that mining ship?
Scoff, he saved your butt.
He drags a lot of heavy things around. And throwing rocks. Seems to love throwing rock.
This is a lot of trouble to go to for a freaking colleague.
Drax has definitely been there for us before. Like on Seknarf. First time we got jumped by that tiger with the squid face.
Oh, Stumpy?
And the second time we got jumped by Stumpy.
Mantis? Should we be worried about this fog?
Stumpy?
This can't be real. Cut to pieces!
Maybe this is Stumpy!
Even if it survived, it couldn't have gotten here!
Oh, this isn't one of the times that he's been
Armored space cat with an ice tail? Scary! This thing doesn't belong in a cave!
It did with the lawnmower at home on Seknarf!
Okay, I take it back. Having normal Drax around would have been useful just then.
What are the odds of those things living on this planet?
Maybe they weren't native to Seknarf? And this is where Hellbender first got them?
Or maybe Hellbender's here, tracking us across the ends of the galaxy.
Lady H has probably moved on by now.
She literally just sent people to kill us.
We bludgeoned her favorite monster, Quill.
In no timeline does she ever forget.
Okay. Negative.
Water, fog, and monsters. What's the forkin' deal with this place?
There has always been a great power here. The priests tell tales of those who were here before them, and what wonderful things they could do.
I don't remember hearing anything about them.
What the fuck?
There's two of them!
Who what?
Mantis, do these things have anything to do with what we're looking for?
Inconclusive,
Talk
but
about.
I'm thinking no.
Probably some other time frame.
What do you think, Quill? You best friends?
Yeah, maybe not.
It'll be a slice!
This is what we get for following the fog lady!
At least there's none of that creepy fog!
Oh, never mind, you're busy.
Incoming!
I feel like a matador!
You're gonna feel something else if you don't watch it!
I should
You
know
don't
this.
stand a chance!
Oh, gross!
Ha! Too slow!
Except when they're not! My blade barely scratches these things!
Could really use Drax about now!
Then trip him and watch him go down!
Sure are a lot of things living in this sacred cave!
Not for long, there ain't! You owe me one, Quill!
I thought I was a goner, man!
Drax would probably admire these walking tanks!
Are we sure they ain't related?
I feel like a matador!
You're gonna feel something else if you don't watch it!
Something bad happens here, something we have to avoid.
Mantis?
Over here.
Alright, I like Drax as much as the next guy, but I am officially sick of this stupid cat.
You, see something out there, Mantis?
So many things, too many things. Shadows of a civilization that lived here once before. Forlorn faces that can see, like me, horrors yet to come. And other shadows, too. Ours, not ours. A figure that's watching us now. Or was watching.
I see rocks and, crystal things. A statue that looks like a face. And more rock.
I like yours better. I see something else. I see friends willing to die for another friend.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping it doesn't come to that.
Me too, Star Guy. Me too. Are you the rock face we're looking for?
Not sure if I wanted to answer or not.
We'll each need to face our fears. Some here, some not. But facing them is most important.
You know, running is sometimes good too.
For you, yes, Star Guy. But only until it isn't. You'll see that soon. No, wait, you should know that already. Don't you remember history?
Know about that.
Dunno, I just do.
Rocket, think you can crawl in there?
For what? So I can get eaten by whatever lives inside?
Stone faces. Whatever we're looking for is beyond or beneath or behind one of the faces.
What do you say, Rocket? I bet you can find us a way back there.
Fine, whatever. Smells like rotten spike eggs in here. Okay, setting the charge. Stand back!
Is everyone alright? That explosion was bigger than I thought.
All yours, Quill. Watch out for the poison.
What do you mean, poison?
Take a look for yourself. I'll be out here. Try not to die.
What else did the Katati tell you about this place, Mant?
Did they happen to mention the part where it's super dangerous, stupid dancer?
Oh yes, it's very dangerous. An ancient danger. Or was. Still is. Something.
Found another way.
Just me or them crystals look super dangerous.
Don't worry your fuzzy little head. You only die from a great fall in 2 timelines. This probably isn't one of them. Greenies lost in the ocean of lives. We need to bring him ashore, but we also need to remain grounded in the positive. We're his lifeline.
Positivity isn't exactly our strong suit.
You always underestimated yourself, Gamora.
Raise that thing, Groot.
You can't do it remote. Regular silicates.
Oh, there's nothing regular about the way they resonate, little fuzzy.
Then they might actually be worth a few units. To the right buyer, of course.
Heave it, Groot.
Well, I know that.
Huh.
There's that feeling again. The fur on the back of my neck is sticking.
I feel it too, like a pair of eyes watching you.
Don't let your thoughts wander. It's not safe. Be focused on Drax. Wait, who's Cammy?
It's a long story.
Ooh, my favorite kind!
Drax really did seem to care about the Nova kid, didn't he? Always wanting us to do right by her, even when it was clearly a bad idea.
Of course, little Fuzzy cared. Under that angry exterior is a heart of gold.
Up we go, group.
Says you'll need to get it closer.
You know, it felt like Drax was really starting to give me a chance. If not begrudgingly. And with a lot of inspo.
Only because Quill kept giving him scud about it.
Still, earning his trust, even a little, it means something to me.
See? And you were worried about joining after, you know, the thing.
Your bark's crawling. I'd almost jump into the water if it made the creepy crawly feeling go away.
Group, a little help?
He's right. We need access first.
Yeah! need to get on those crystals, Groot.
Just let Quill get out there first. I don't want you falling.
Ooh, definitely remembering something now, I think. We need to be careful here.
I think what you're seeing is some version of me pushing you off a cliff.
Little Fuzzy, your volatility is surprisingly consistent through all versions of time and space.
Maybe we need to accept that not everything can be explained. Galaxy's a weird place. Just gotta go with the flow.
Getting lost in a deadly cave is your idea of going with the flow?
We aren't lost, Little Fuzzy, at least not in this version. We're recovering what other versions of us have already found. Isn't it exciting? If you want to stop Rooker,
Raker.
right, Router? Finally, the face of 1,000 lies. I think
It's gonna help us save Drax.
it tries to keep us from saving him. We seek something behind the face, beyond the lies.
You want me to blow it up?
Scott! Watch out, everybody! Thanks.
You don't usually make it.
Can you get us through here tomorrow?
Clark, I'm going in.
No, you mustn't!
You don't want me to cut the thing?
Wait, no, not you! Something bad is about to happen!
Oh, that's it. I'm going in.
Rocket!
Blow up this statue, save Drax, and get out of here.
Yes,
Time
but...
to start trusting our instincts, Quill. Bug Lady said the face is keeping us from helping Drax, so we gotta destroy it.
Little Fuzzy, don't do whatever it is you're about to do!
No, no,
Don't
no.
not do-
I'm done with all the riddles.
Don't not do
Let's
whatever
just hear
you already
Mantis
did.
out on this, okay?
Give me a tick.
What if the whole place collapses?
Then at least we wouldn't have to argue with him anymore.
Not helping.
Groot, can you tell him to stop?
Little Fuzzy's in a mood. We're probably gonna die.
Or did she not say this thing is in our way?
Yes,
But
but...
nothing.
Rocket, don't!
Feels like there's a lot.
You wanna know the plan?
Yep.
Run! Oh!
Close one.
You can say that again.
Oh, I will.
Mantis.
This is the one where I fail.
We're trying to help you!
It's okay. One where I fail is the one where you don't. Shh. Stay with me.
Hey, guys! Check it out! I'm totally not dead! What?
You almost killed all of us! No more blowing things up, Rocket! Ever!
You're gonna regret saying that.
Sergei! Are you Spartan? Why didn't I know that? Maybe you aren't always... Or I forgot.
What? Those guns do something again, Quill?
He saved Drax after you almost killed us all!
How would a gun do that?
And that's how it's done.
Me exploding stuff is still better.
It's really not.
Next time we're in a huge fight, you're gonna beg me to blow stuff up. Beg me.
Next time we're in a huge fight, I'll make sure to remember that.
More of that weird fog.
Be glad you ain't this close to the ground.
Oh, Little Fuzzy never dies from gas in here. Just falling, crashing, Chitauri.
Wait, hang
water.
on. Did you say Chitauri?
Oh, I did, didn't I? Such a funny sounding word.
This is impossible!
I thought I'd never see these markers again!
I hoped I never would!
So many possibilities! Always moving!
Couldn't have warned us that Chitauri were hiding out in this cave?
They aren't always. Sometimes you just run into cute little eyeball guys. You know the ones I'm talking about, Snapchat?
I'm familiar with eyeball guys, yes! What I don't get is why they be here!
Feel free to ask him. Man, what is this, like the worst timeline?
Need some breathing room, Groot! If I never see a Chitauri again, it'll be too soon!
I'd settle for them, not seeing me! With our luck, Hellbender's goons are on the other side, just waiting to jump us!
Payback from Hellbender is literally the last thing we need right now!
Ha! Hold it!
Can you save your I told you so's for when we're not being shot at? Don't these guys know how to let bygones be bygones?
Hey, at least they didn't bring an army of them jelly things with them. Can you imagine? Man, I hated those guys.
Just had to jinx us, didn't you?
Hey, anyone notice if this happens to be the monster I said?
I suppose you want credit for that, too?
Smoke the rocket!
Whoa! Slime speeding up! Yo!
Need some breathing room, Groot!
Past time someone got stabbed! Watch it! Spikes!
Deadliest woman
I
incoming!
thought you'd never ask!
Anyone else feel like this fog has a mind of its own?
Not mine! Hunger!
The Blobby's got a knife!
Nice work, Peter! Jelly's on the offensive!
Hey, Quill! Wanna see some fireworks?
Get the point? Drax owes me a new sword when this is done!
Guys, huddle up!
We're killing it out there, Quill!
You see the look on their faces when they see me razoring down from on high?
Or the ones they make when they realize Groot's got it tied up in a
I know!
bow.
Never thought I'd say this, but fighting with you guys is fun!
Okay, yes. I get that it's all bubbly and sparkly out there. We're blasting shots at them and it's so much... But, if we lose our focus, if we can't let go of these crazy thoughts spinning us upside down, we're done. Who's with me?
Let's do this!
Great!
Rocket! Blast him! This is a long way to go, sure! We could be dealing with those churchified noble weirdos, too!
That would be worse! Oh, come on!
Mantis says the cure for the promise is here! Makes sense for the church to not want anyone to find it!
Keep it up! We're almost through, I can feel it!
I'll enjoy this!
At least we know we're on the right track!
This larking fog is probably gonna give me hives!
Highs if we're lucky!
What else can this place possibly throw at us?
I would rather not find out!
For once, I agree with Rocket!
Definitely going the right way, right?
buddy!
Stop it! What you get for making us come to this flirting thing!
And making trash talk to me about religion! At least we know we're on the right track!
Do we?
Feel this?
How should I know? Just keep swatting us! This flirting club's probably gonna get me high!
Highs if we're lucky!
They don't call me Star-Lord for nothing!
Fog of fear, faced fully forthright.
You okay, Mantis?
Oh, hey, Gamora, you look less depressed. Wait, we went over that already, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
That thing of
Just how far down does this cave go?
legends say the entire planet is hollow!
Heads up! More of them rock monsters.
Maybe we just got off on the wrong foot.
I don't think they're looking to make amends, Quill.
Oh, maybe I didn't know. I think I speak their language.
Make like a tree!
The air seems pressured down here!
You can move in later. I told you to go before we left the ship.
Maybe they're a different dialect.
I hope we're supposed to be shooting these guys, Mantis!
Little late for that question! Got my name on it!
Drop him, Gamora!
Like a hot knife!
Hey, you guys mind clearing out? We got enough problems.
They're probably thinking the same thing!
I told you to go before we left the ship.
Look out!
What's next, Peter?
Load up, Rocket!
I'm ready! Just find me an opening! Dodge this!
Be careful! You ain't so quick yourself! Well, that went about as well as expected.
I was sure. Oh. Oh, maybe I just haven't learned it yet.
I think I picked up the word for kill. Or the grunt, anyway. The fog doesn't seem to bother whatever these giant things are.
Maybe they're just smart enough to not wander around in it, unlike some people. I know why we're doing it. Guys.
I know, little fuzzy. And it is the only way forward.
What's happening?
He sees what lies ahead.
No way. No flarkin' way.
Doesn't seem that wet. Like, medium
I
wet.
ain't walking through a flarkin' monsoon.
Maybe there's a way to use those plants to divert the water. We're a team. We'll figure it out.
Are we seriously gonna let this keep us from saving Drax?
Sure, you save him while I drown.
How does it even grow down here?
No. Those big leaves could be useful. Like a dam.
Damn what?
Yes!
It's just a plan, man, not a you. We ain't got much choice.
What would you guys do without me?
Yeah, where, oh where, would we get another gun?
What do you think, Rocket? Doesn't seem that bad.
Translation, Rocket, don't...
Rocket don't like wet. We get it.
It's a scary, dark cave. We're all probably gonna encounter things we don't like.
True. But nothing as much as Little Fuzzy doesn't like getting wet. Never underestimate someone's deeply rooted fears, Sir Fry. Especially when you do not understand the root.
It must still be stuck somewhere. Still holding on.
Gamora, let's climb up there. Get eyes on the problem.
The problem is that Rocky needs to suck it up.
Yeah, good luck with that.
In Little Fuzzy's defense, he has died drowning in far less water than this.
Exactly. Wait, what?
This doesn't seem absurd to you?
He's got a thing with water. What do you want me to do?
You're supposed to be his leader.
Have you met Rocket? That's one big beanstalk. You're the almighty Star-Lord.
Say something?
Nope.
Who's I? Anyone else suddenly missing Drax's anecdotes about Kath?
Oh, you know he has some Catathian fairy tale related to our current situation.
Like the Catathian equivalent of Jack and the Giant Beanstalk. Just like that!
Please, don't give him an even bigger head than he's already got. You could try to ask him to move, but I don't think this is one of them smart plans. See? I told you.
Too bad you don't have these sweet guns, Rocket.
Keep it up and I'll swipe him in your sleep.
He'll figure it out.
I could try blowing it up, I guess.
No!
Remember last time you blew something up?
Okay, fine. Figure something else out.
No! No!
We must have missed one. I can't believe that worked.
Half worked.
Come on, it's like 50% less wet.
I'm 0% interested.
All right, I'm on it.
Hey, Bug Lady, exactly how many times you seen us die horribly?
Oh, it's too sad to count. I always have to stop around 50.
Great, that's 10 apiece.
Oh, no, 50,000, Little Fuzzy.
Hey, Groot, can you get me up there?
He's on his way. Just tell him how high.
Jack Beanstalk guy, is that an Earth hero?
Kinda. Basically, he plants some magic beans and they grow into this giant plant, which, obviously, he climbed. Hey, if I jump, you can catch me, right?
Guess we'll find out.
That's not very reassuring.
Why don't we just leave him behind? Focus on saving Drax. He'll be here on the way back, and if he isn't...
Drew would never go for it.
Nice shot, Peter!
Oh, thanks.
Huh? Rory! I told you to go before we left the ship!
That's why they call me Star-Lord.
No, it ain't none of their business. Huh?
Moses,
Are we supposed to know who that is?
Mark the Seas guy?
Oh, the tentacles, right?
What? No!
Anyway, thanks, Quill. Really.
I was pretty sure he had tentacles.
What do you say, Groot? Now that we got the whole team together?
Absolutely. A dry rocket is a happy rocket.
This is you happy?
Oh, yes. You should see some of the dark versions of Little Fuzzy. Or maybe you shouldn't.
This cramped corridor ring any bells, Mantis?
Pretty sure this is the wet part.
What now?
I thought we just did the... Everyone okay?
I'd be seeing stars if I could see anything at all.
Yeah, this ain't good. So, about all them futures where we die.
Has he always been able to do that?
He says he don't like showing off. Thanks, buddy. No, I don't gotta tell him.
Ooh, right. The thing that you tell us in the dark. It's really important.
No, it ain't. Shut up.
Bottling up feelings is a time-honored tradition. If Rocket doesn't want to share...
Dude, don't be a Gamora.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know, someone who suppresses all their trauma.
Trauma? Really? With water?
Forget it, okay? Just forget it. So how long do we gotta wander around smashing our shins on rocks?
Imagine it's a metaphor. You're in the physical darkness, and that reflects Green Meanie's mind.
We can double back along Groot's path and then try to find the exit.
Ooh, this part.
Okay, anyone else getting really fed up with Little Miss Cryptic? Pretty? Give me a break.
At least it seems less dark through here, and less wet.
Works for me.
Mantis, anything in particular we should be looking out for?
There's that creepy fog again.
It's always here. Always. Until it is.
What's that supposed to... I don't...
More Hellraisers.
Wait, yeah. But it ain't those flartnards. It's the creepy eyeball things from QZ.
I'm definitely hearing Hellraisers.
Then you ain't hearing right. It's eyeball
Can't
things.
tell. It's not clear.
Well, it's clear to me.
Moore's gotta be right. We already know Hellbender's goons tracked us.
What do you know? Hellraiser!
I know what I heard. I ain't loving this tight space.
Be careful with those bombs!
What? It's like this fog is messing with us!
Hey, look. The fog's clear.
And there's a way out now.
Weird. It's like this place has a mind of its own.
Not mine. Force.
Anyone else getting deja vu?
It all looks the same with this fog.
Well, it don't sound the same. It's them jelly things from Steknar. That explains Stumpy's
No,
cousin.
it's Nova Corps. I hear voices.
How can you not tell the difference between monsters and people?
It's not that. I'm clearly hearing different things.
Moore's right. I hear voices, just like when I put on that helmet in the Nova base.
You're both crazy. No, Flark
guess.
Can we go back?
I'm not even sure where back would lead.
We go down.
Okay, now that's them bouncing eyeballs from the QC. No question.
I'm not doing this. Something is clearly messing with us.
Chitauri? Okay, well, that's just wrong. You're worse than her. Those overgrown lizards make clicky sounds. You got moss in your ear.
I hate to say it, I mean, I really hate to say it, but it does sound like those squishy eyeball thing.
Okay, I'm officially tired of being violent.
Even when we're right, we're wrong.
It's all you, Gamora!
Any last words? There's something we're missing.
Well, it ain't more of these creeps.
How deep can this go?
It's endless. Or circular? The fog calls and we answer.
Yeah, I hear it. What is it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
I think those jelly things are gonna sneak up on us. I can hear them.
The clock's on a warpath!
Wrap them up, bud!
This is how it's done!
Someone get me a look at Thor!
How do I keep guessing right?
Oh, good. I thought it was the other one.
There, you hear that?
Don't trust it, little fuzzy.
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
And it's just a coincidence they sound like all the Flark and scuttbags that have tried to kill us recently.
Definitely hear more of Hellbender's goons.
This is like a maze with no exit!
Definitely starting to feel like a ride. Just in another duster wearing freak! On my time!
I think my sword is resting!
When you're moaning, my gun's getting hotter than Galactus' armpit!
We can't keep doing this.
What are we supposed to do, ignore it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
Chitauri. I know it is. All you
Time's up! Couldn't agree with you more. This is like a maze with no exit!
Or we just keep going in circles. Yeah, I hear it. What is it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them. Oh, there's that creepy fog again.
It's always here. Always. Until it
What's that supposed to... I don't...
More Hellraisers.
Wait, yeah. But it ain't those Flarknards. It's them creepy eyeball things from the QC.
I'm definitely hearing Hellraisers.
Then you ain't hearing right. It's eyeball things.
can't tell. It's not clear.
Well, it's clear to me.
Rocket's right. I don't know how it's possible, but I'll never forget that squidgy sound.
It's the sound of wet eyeballs hitting the ground. Told you!
It doesn't make any sense.
You being wrong! Doesn't sense to me!
It's tied in here! Watch your fire!
Easier said than
Hey,
done.
look! The fog's clear.
There's a way out now.
Weird. It's like this place has a mind of its own.
Not mind. Force.
Can we go back?
I'm not even sure we're back with Glee.
Anyone else getting deja vu?
It all looks the same with this fog.
Well, it don't sound the same. It's them jelly things from Sacnar. That explains Stumpy's
No,
cousin.
it's Novacore. I hear voices.
How can you not tell the difference between monsters and people?
It's not that. We're clearly hearing different things.
Moore's right. I hear voices, just like when I put on that helmet in the Nova base.
You're both crazy. No fucking way! I heard jelly!
It doesn't matter who's right. We can't trust what we hear.
We better be getting close!
He's closer!
This time wasn't that. Oh, never mind.
It's like this fog is messing with us.
It's a gas, not a ghost!
Move away, Rocket!
It's tied in here. Watch your fire.
If I hit you, it'll be on purpose!
Is this getting any clearer to you, Mantis?
All I see is fog. Hear noises. Feel fighting.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
At least there's a way out now, I guess.
Okay, now that's them bouncing eyeballs from the QC. No question.
I'm not doing this. Something is clearly messing with us.
Chitari? Okay, well, that's just wrong. You're worse than her. Those overgrown lizards make clicky sounds. You got moss in your ear.
I'm with Groot. Shatari. I'll never forget those things as long as I live.
This ain't no time to like Morissette. Something's messing with us.
Just silence the more hissing.
Man, I hate these freaking things!
How long we gotta keep doing this?
Better question! How long can we?
You could run away.
Go!
Killer? The fog calls and we answer.
Yeah, I hear it. What is it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
I think those jelly things are gonna sneak up on us. I can hear them. Rocket! Fireworks!
I think my sword is rusting.
Thank God these things don't run out of ammo!
Outside, regenerate. Jelly's on the offensive.
Yeah, I hear it. But what is it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
Doesn't make any sense, but I can hear those squishy eyeball things from the quarantine zone.
Look out!
I see that! How do I keep guessing right?
All your right guesses are wrong!
There, you hear that?
Don't trust it, little fuzzy.
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
I definitely hear more of Hellbender's goons. Look, this is never ending! Hellraiser! More like hell lay there and die!
Nice work, Peter!
There, you hear that?
Don't trust it, little fuzzy.
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
Heads up! It's more of those converted Nova guys, I'm sure of it. Let loose, Rocket! Definitely starting to feel like a rat. This is never ending!
At this rate, our arms are gonna fall off! This better be the last time I see this Flarkin case!
Good luck with that! Can't keep doing this.
What are we supposed to do, ignore it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
Heads up! It's more of those converted Nova guys, I'm sure of it.
Never see it coming.
Let's see those branches!
I think my sword is rusting.
Quit your moaning! My gun's getting hotter with blackness and darkness! You win war! Okay, I am eventually sick of it!
What choice do we have?
Who says his branches are gonna fall off if we keep at this?
We can't keep doing this.
What are we supposed to do, ignore it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
And it's just a coincidence they sound like all the Flarkin scuttbags that have tried to kill us recently.
It's Shatari. I know it is. Rocket! Take these off!
About time! This is like a maze with no exit!
Or we just keep going in circles.
This is never ending!
Your mouth keeps getting you in
Yeah, I hear it. But what is it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
And it's just a coincidence. They sound like all...
I definitely hear more of Hellbender's goons. Blitz him, Rocket! How do I keep guessing right?
All your right guesses are wrong.
How is it doing this?
Not it. Us.
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
And it's just a coincidence. They...
I think those jelly things are gonna sneak up on us. I can hear them. Danger close, Rocket! Hit some! This is never ending!
Right into its head!
Yeah, I hear it. What is it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
And it's just a coincidence.
Shatari. I know it is. Rocket! How do I keep guessing right?
Maybe that's the problem. Nice to meet you. I think my sword is rusting.
Thank God these things don't run out of ammo.
We can't keep doing this.
What are we supposed to do? Ignore it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
And it's just a coincidence. They sound like all the...
I definitely hear more of Hellbender's goons. Lock and load! Flash of Gamora!
I see us! Standing around, all quiet!
One less peon working for Hellbender. We can't keep doing this.
What are we supposed to do? Ignore it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
And it's just a coincidence. They sound like all the...
Shatari. I know it is. Wipe them out, Rocket! How do I keep guessing right?
That's fine. Keep your big mouth shut.
I think my sword is rusting.
Thank God these things don't run out of ammo. Kill them all!
Couldn't agree with you more.
There, you hear that?
Don't trust it, little fuzzy.
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
And it's...
I definitely hear more of Hellbender's goons. Rocket! So wild! Root corrupt!
Nice work, Peter! If you'd run away, you might have lived.
There, you hear that?
Don't trust it, little fuzzy.
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
I think those jelly things are gonna sneak up on us. I can hear them. Time for the big guns!
Okay, I'm officially sick of it!
What choice do we have?
I think my sword is rusting!
When you're moaning, my gun's getting hotter than Galactus' armpit! Whoa! Slide speeding up! Doing the jelly's no good!
We need to rest fight inside! Forget the jelly! We can't keep doing this.
What are we supposed to do, ignore it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
And it's just a coincidence they sound like all the Flark and scutbags that have tried to kill us recently. Shh! What do you mean, shh?
Starguy's right. Shh.
And about what?
There's a new way out.
So it was nothing.
I think it depends. It's got something to do with the freaky fog.
Every time you name an enemy, it has the power to make that enemy appear.
So the key all along was to keep quiet?
Yeah, like that was ever gonna happen.
I saw so many versions of us fighting so many different things, but the source, it's not done with us yet, Guardian.
Yeah, well, let's just keep our eyes open and our mouths shut from now on.
The fog entity has retreated for now. There's no immediate risk.
Yeah, no offense, Bug Lady, but nothing you say means anything anymore.
So the fog is an entity now?
Yes! Sorta.
I'm kinda with Rocket on this. I can handle spooky caves and cryptic objectives, but man, do I draw the line at fog monster.
Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. Fortunately, it's too late to turn back.
It's never too late to turn back. Turning back is what we do, lady.
No, she's right. There was no way out of that fog room. Either we move forward or we die.
Yay!
Let me guess. Further down?
Only if you want to save Drax and the whole galaxy.
Let me get back to you.
Okay. One last time! It's mine!
I don't remember this part.
Okay. Look, guys, I appreciate what you all did for me back there with the water thing, but following the Bug Lady any deeper is officially stupid.
Rocket.
No. Fog monsters? Cave pigs? Wet waterfalls?
Technically, all
No, Quill. She doesn't know where we are. She doesn't know where we're going. She doesn't know what we're looking for.
Mantis, are we hot or cold?
Room temperature.
Okay. This is crazy. She is probably crazy. It's not about her. It's about us. I am super proud of us. Because we've never gone this far for anything before.
This is the one where you inspire them.
Just think about who we were when we started.
Well, you were a two-bit broke pirate who couldn't even outrun a tree.
Exactly. And you were a two-bit bounty hunter. just as broke as me, just as depraved, self-centered, mindlessly chasing every unit, bar, contract, bank to rob.
I still like many of those things.
So do I! But none of those things are why we're here now, right? You're down here kicking ass for Drax. Not Drax the Destroyer, not Drax the rampaging criminal. Drax, man! Our friend. And Gamora. You've gone to the ends of the galaxy to hunt people, to hurt people, to get revenge in what I can only assume are some excruciatingly painful ways. But doesn't this feel kind of good? Going this far to help someone you care about? Oh, it feels so good. And Groot.
He says you don't have to.
No, I do. Because we all need to learn something from you, man. You never complain. Or if you do, I don't catch it, but I'm pretty sure you probably definitely don't. You're always there for us. And that's what this is about. Us. Growing together as a team, following a crazy lady into a death cave because one of us needs help. Because we are a team. Hell, we're a family. We're the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yay!
Really great speech, Quill.
Why didn't anyone stop me?
You're on such a roll!
It really was one of your better speeches.
Chop, Gamora!
Dodge this! You feel the tension building!
Cosme has got sloppy footwork!
Let's sweep the leg!
Find a way to find the statue! The evil must be stopped from within! Get that beer!
Yeah, some of us have got you!
These imposters are just gonna keep coming!
Time for explosions!
You want me to blow something up? Find me an entry point! I knew I was good in a fight, but now I got through.
Top Rocket is annoyingly hard to catch! Past time someone got stabbed!
Your shadow cells will never stop! Will never die! Until you kill the source!
Rocket! If we just blow the statue from the inside!
That opening's filled with water, Quill. Find me another way in.
Find a way to destroy the statue! The face of 1,000 lives!
Hey, man. I hate to ask, but
Nope.
talk about fast breath!
These crows won't stop unless we can shut that face up!
Rocket! You see what I see?
Yeah! I can get in there!
I'm your shredder!
Like a hot knife!
Okay, so let's blow this thing to hell!
Don't know how much longer I can hold us off, Peter!
Hey, Bob Bear! How was that?
Did it work? Feels like it should have worked!
Then why are we still fighting them? Us! Them!
The source is half destroyed! Little fuzzy
Rocket!
Can it, Quill! Dast and Fog!
I've seen what you've gone through, little fuzzy. In all timelines, I know how scared you are of water.
No, you don't!
I do! I've seen it! Felt it! I know! And I also know you can do this!
Gamora! Talk to us!
Gut knocking fog monster!
Please, little fuzzy! Listen to me!
Come on, Rocket!
The drowning! The experiment! I know the pain will never go away, but you can save your friend!
Come on, Rocket! If there was any other way! Shoot! Okay, look, Rocket! I
Shut
know
up,
you!
Quill! I know what I gotta do, and I'm just gonna...
Really?
I'm gonna suck it up and do it!
Be careful, little
You
fuzzy!
got this, Rocket!
Little fuzzy!
Please work, please work! Come on, Rocket, you can do this! You can, right, Mantis? Mantis!
No!
Rocket! Yeah! Rocket.
Check it out. Still not dead.
I can't believe you did that for us.
Hey, a friend needed help. Bunch of them.
Rocket, man.
Yeah. Can we please just save Drax already?
Warm? Very, very warm.
I think she wants us to jump in the hole.
I may not know what we're looking for, but I know it's down there.
Okay, let's finish this, because I sure as Flark didn't get all wet for nothing.
We need to hurry! I can feel the Matriarch's flies getting bolder and Green Meanie's mind!
Hear that, Quill? Their pit's getting stronger!
Oh yes! This is the place! I was pretty sure we'd find it somewhere down here.
Now you know what we're looking for?
Something sad and sulking, licking lingering wounds.
If it's here.
She's totally gonna feed us to something awful down here. I know it.
Should we expect a fight?
Probably. You guys aren't very good at the whole de-escalation thing.
You're kidding. Even with our prize negotiator over here?
Mantis has been right so far.
About what? Finding swamp water in the stinking cave of doom? Yeah, Bug Lady got that part right.
Thanks!
The priests of Pama settled Lamentus for a reason. This is a place of healing.
Uh-huh. Spiritual healing.
Drax would have taken us right back to Sacrosanct if Mantis hadn't seen it coming.
Exactly. We can trust her.
That's not always true, but this time? Yes. I think I'm one of the good ones.